For latest astrology videos, subscribe AstroEdify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live. Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to discuss about what happens when Jupiter is in the sign of Aries in anybody's chart. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is given in the description. So today we are going to start our new series on Jupiter in various zodiac signs. So this is the first part in that series, and we are going to discuss today about the placement of Jupiter in Aries, what kind of results it gives here. So let's discuss that what Jupiter represents and what it controls in astrology. Jupiter is considered as one of the most important planets after Moon in Jyotish, and I have made one video also on this upon the on importance of Jupiter. You can go and card section and watch that here. If you want to learn about the actual importance of Jupiter, why it is considered as the second most important planet after Moon, and what sort of things it controls, I have explained in very detailed form there in that video. You can watch that. So let's discuss that what Jupiter controls. See, Jupiter is the natural significator of knowledge and wisdom. It is the natural significator for these two things specifically. Apart from this, Jupiter is the Karak planet of various things. Karak means the natural significator of many things, and this is the major reason why Jupiter becomes very important for in astrology. So it is the Karak planet for knowledge, for wisdom, for wealth, for children, for education, for your fortune and luck, for dharma means religion, and for spiritual progress. So you can see here that Jupiter controls too many things. And for females, Jupiter is really an important planet because it is the natural significator for husband. So it controls marriage for females totally. So and Jupiter is also the Karak planet for gurus. Gurus means your teachers, your mentors, and teachers and mentors could be can be anybody. So it is not like that who are your school teachers or college professors. No, any person, whether let's say he or she is younger than you also, if you are attaining and getting some knowledge from any person, he or she is your guru. So Jupiter controls that. Jupiter is actual planet which provides wisdom, provides higher learning. So if Jupiter is not strong, all these areas will be affected in the chart. And since these are many things which are coming under the domain of Jupiter, if Jupiter is losing its strength, you will find, or any person will find, too much difficulties in all these areas. Okay. Apart from this, if we talk about the health, Jupiter is the controller of fat content in the body. All the lipids are controlled by Jupiter. It is the natural significator of liver, and also it controls the spleen and lymphatic system. Okay, so this is what Jupiter is. Now let's talk about what is Aries. So what is Aries? Aries is the natural zodiac sign of the first house, and its ruler is Mars. Mars controls it is the Mool Trikona zodiac sign of Mars. So it has the mixed qualities of both the first house as well as Mars. Aries is a fire sign, so it represents aggression, anger, impulsiveness, stubbornness, willpower, dedication, courage, bravery, sports, fights, or you can say stamina, defense of anything, not just defense services, means protection of anything can be seen with Aries. It also shows self-confidence, ego, leadership skills. Engineering and technology also is coming under the domain of Aries because Mars is its controller. So these are many things which are represented by Aries. Now let's talk about what happens when Jupiter is in this sign. So first of all, this is a benefic sign for Jupiter. It is a friendly sign for Jupiter, and here because Mars and Jupiter are friends. So what are the major characteristics which we can see here? First of all, which Jupiter gives here is good memory and intelligence. So if Mars and Mercury are well placed, Mercury and Jupiter together control memory and intelligence. Okay, both of them are equally responsible. So Mercury is your learning capability and Jupiter is mainly the retention. So good memory and intelligence. See, the placement of Mercury also can be seen with this placement of Jupiter if Mars is supporting it. And one very good thing about Jupiter here is that Jupiter is the planet of knowledge. As I said, it is the natural significator for knowledge and wisdom, and knowledge could be of anything. Knowledge has no boundaries. Okay, knowledge could be of anything. Okay, any subject, any it does not mean that only spiritual knowledge, divine knowledge is going to be there. No, it could be of any subject also. So the person, Jupiter here motivates the person to learn, to get knowledge in life, to educate himself, to attain wisdom in life. And very good thing here is that Jupiter also inspires the person to utilize and practically apply the knowledge and wisdom which he or she has. And this is a very good result of Jupiter here. For this, you must see the placement of Mars. Mars must support it. If Mars is supporting, this will be a very good result, because most of the time what happens that people have knowledge, people have some wisdom as well, but they fail to actually practically apply that knowledge in their real life. So they have ideals, they have principles, they have knowledge about things, good knowledge about things. Specifically, let's talk about if say they have spiritual knowledge also. They read a lot about spiritual texts, but they fail to apply that principles, those principles which they have learned, which they idealize, and they fail to apply it in practical life. Jupiter here in this particular zodiac sign actually motivates the person to practically apply, and that is from my opinion, I think that this is the actual use of your knowledge. Otherwise, what is the use of your knowledge if you are just learning and reading about it, and you are not utilizing or applying it in your life in any sort of manner? Okay, so this thing here is a very good trait provided by Jupiter, that it actually helps the person to practically apply the knowledge and wisdom which he or she has. Okay, apart from this, Jupiter also in this sign makes person quite moralistic, ethical and virtuous in nature and behavior. And since Jupiter is a planet of truth and justice, so person also seeks truth and justice. And it also gives, what you can say, lots of ideals and morals and principles. So person can have one's own individual ideals and morals and principles in life, and they will have a strong belief in them, a strong belief, and also they will follow their own ideals and principles in life, the things which they believe in, the things which they actually are going to believe, they are going to follow. And that is what I said, that Jupiter not only gives you those ideals and knowledge and principles, but also motivates you to follow those, apply those in your real life, so that you can improve yourself as a person. But for this, Mars must be supportive. Okay, if Mars is supporting, this will be a good thing to see here. Next thing here is that Jupiter and Aries both control leadership. So if Mars is well placed, strong leadership skills can be seen. It gives a persistent attitude, and as I said, that Aries is a sign which shows dedication and stamina and willpower. So Jupiter here, if it is placed and Mars is supporting it, person will have persistency, willpower and dedication in nature, and they will not leave anything in between. So this is a one good characteristic. Apart from this, as I said, that Jupiter is knowledge and wisdom. So knowledge, wisdom, values and principles provide motivation and confidence, self-confidence and optimism in life. Okay, so with the help of your wisdom and knowledge, the person can achieve his or her goals. Jupiter actually is a very in a very favorable situation here for that. Apart from this, we can see here that if Mars and Jupiter are strongly placed, they are well placed, they are supporting each other, and other good combinations, specifically if some spiritual yogas are there in the chart, then the person, and you must see the placement of moon's placement is extremely important, okay, because it is your mind. So moon's placement is really necessary to see. So if these are the things, then Jupiter gains a lot of power here, lot of strength, and Jupiter is going to function in its best possible manner. So if that is the case, then what will happen, that it motivates the person to work for self improvement. Self improvement means you are working in order to improve yourself as an individual. Every person has some flaws. The person, actual human being, which I think from my opinion is, if we are able to, we all have flaws in ourselves, but if we are able to overcome them or reduce them to a extent, and that is the thing which makes us actual humans. So Jupiter actually helps here the person in order to improve him or herself through what? Through practical application of knowledge, because Jupiter is going to help you in its own way, through its own means. So Jupiter is knowledge, Jupiter is wisdom, Jupiter is spirituality. So knowledge, wisdom, spirituality, yoga, willpower, control over the senses, because Jupiter is the natural significator for control over the senses. And this is really important, because if we have this control over our senses, then only we can improve ourselves, because we are not a slave to our bodily desires. So if Jupiter, that is why I said that Jupiter and Mars are strong, and there are some spiritual yogas at the same time. See the position of moon. If that is the thing, then Jupiter will help here the person to overcome his or her flaws, and also will give a good what you can say, trait to control over your senses. And if we have the control over our senses, then that is the main thing which makes us actual human, improved human, highly functioning humans. Okay, so otherwise, if we don't have the control over our senses, then what will happen? We are just slave to our bodily desires. That's what we are. So Jupiter here actually separates that. Try to separate it. And also, self improvement is the only means here to spiritual progress. And that is why I said, if some spiritual yogas are there, so this self improvement will help actually the person not only to become a improved individual, but also give him spiritual progress in his or her life. Okay, and why I am saying self improvement? Because the zodiac sign of Aries is what? You yourself. The zodiac sign of the first house is what? You yourself. So self improvement is necessary, and Aries is a sign which believes in work, believes in action. It is action oriented sign. It is ruled by Mars. So here, that is why I am saying that they believe, Jupiter makes us believe here that self improvement can be attained, but it will be attained through practical application of knowledge and wisdom which you have in life. And person can be a real source of inspiration for others also. He can be a source of inspiration and motivation to others. If Jupiter is strongly placed here, it is getting all the support. And one very good example here is of Shri Mahatma Gandhi ji. You can see in his horoscope that Jupiter is placed in the 7th house in the sign of Aries, and Jupiter and Mars are in mutual association, in mutual aspect with each other, and it is well placed. Jupiter is not afflicted at all. It is also making a strong Gajkesari yoga. So Jupiter is very strong in his chart in the placement of Aries. And if you read his autobiography, he has mentioned there that he has been a slave to his bodily desires in his early life. He has done every possible thing to corrupt his life in every possible manner. But as soon as his life progressed, he realized that there are more important things in order to improve as a human being. And when he left those paths which he followed previously, those wrong paths, he never returned to them. And this is a really tough job, because for a person, any person, first of all, acceptance is a really tough thing. Acceptance of our flaws is a really tough thing, and even tougher is to work on them and improve on them. Mahatma Gandhi ji did that. He had his own flaws. He mentioned them. You can read that book. It is a very good book. So he mentioned that he had a lot of flaws, lot of problems in his life, in his character as a human being. But when he realized that he has to move on and become a better human being, and when he left, he never returned to those paths again. He tried to return. He failed initially, but he tried. Despite failures, he never let his aim die, and he ultimately achieved. So in his later ages, he truly totally attained brahmacharya also. So that was his beliefs. But as I said, that he tried to follow his own individual ideals and principles. And Jupiter, as I said, that all the things which I told you so far, you can see in his character and nature. Okay, so this is how Jupiter functions here, and he was a source of inspiration to many people on this earth. So in his case, it is a very positive result of Jupiter in Aries. Now, apart from this, Jupiter here, if it is placed and it is getting the support, then as I said, that there will be belief in two things. First of all, knowledge and wisdom is the supreme weapon. Means with the help of knowledge, with the help of wisdom, you can achieve anything. You can win over any situation, no matter how difficult it is. Okay, so force is secondary. These people do not believe in force. These people believe in knowledge and wisdom as supreme weapon. Why weapon? Because Aries is the zodiac sign of fights. Aries is the zodiac sign of defense. Aries is the zodiac sign which signifies weapons. So weapon in the form of knowledge, weapon in the form of wisdom. Second thing is, action speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than words means that these people believe more in doing actions, working on the things in reality, on ground reality, rather than just talking about them. Why? Because Aries is the zodiac sign of actions. It is action oriented sign. That's why. So this is also a very good thing. But you will see here these qualities only and only if Mars and Jupiter are strong. Actually, Jupiter is favorably placed here, but it must get support from Mars. Also here, Jupiter is favorable for certain career fields and professions like administration, ministry, management, politics. It is the natural significator for all of these things, and also it is suitable for judiciary, law and order. Researchers and scientists can also be seen with this particular placement, but you have to see other combinations in the chart as a whole. Also teachers and trainers, coaches, any sort of coaches or teachers or trainers can be seen with this particular placement. Motivational speakers can be seen with this particular alignment. And also it is a very good situation for associating with medical field. Any sort of profession which is connected with medical field, it is favorable for Jupiter in Aries. And biologist can be seen with this particular placement. Genetic engineering or genetic science can be seen with this particular field. Specifically, if Jupiter is in Ashwini Nakshatra, it is much more better situation for that. And also it is a good placement for being in agriculture, associating with agriculture. Insurance is a good field for this. Jewelry and jewelers can be seen with this. Defense services can be seen with this particular placement. And specifically, if other combinations are good, then in defense services the job will not be low profile, it will be minimum at officer grade, not the low profile job here, because Jupiter does not serve at low positions. Okay, Jupiter is a planet for administration. So in defense services also, if other combinations are there, it will give a job which is high profile, which is in the managerial level, like minimum officer cadre. And after that, it is a good placement for dancers and martial artists can be seen with this particular placement. Also yogis can be seen with this. You have to see the other combinations for that. Monks and yogis can be seen with this particular placement. Now let's discuss the case that if Mars and Jupiter are getting afflicted and Jupiter is not getting the support which it requires from Mars. Mars is in, let's say, debilitated, its Nijbhanga is not happening, and it's retrograde, it's afflicted, it's combust, it's badly placed in zodiac signs as well as houses. If this is the thing, then of course negative traits will be there in the personality. Jupiter is going to be losing its strength, and all the results which we have talked about so far, the reduction in their intensity will be there, and increment in the negative results will be there of Jupiter in Aries. So what kind of negative results can it give? First of all, there will be no control over the senses. So the thing which I talked about, that person actually works for self improvement, and control over the senses is the major thing which helps him in that self improvement. But here, if Mars is badly placed, Jupiter is not getting the support, then there will be no control over the senses. There will be impulsiveness in attitude, impatience. These people can be easily influenced by others. There could be poor decision making capability, lack of leadership skills, poor body development, because Jupiter is a natural significator for development in the body. It controls our pituitary gland. So here bodily development can be also what you can say not proper, and brain related problems can happen. Aries controls our brain. Poor willpower can be seen. Superficial understanding of the subject will be there. Means the knowledge which I was talking about so far, that Jupiter provides knowledge to the person. Here what will be the classic result, that knowledge will be superficial. Means there will be no real deep knowledge about the subject. Jupiter actually hinders that, because it is the natural significator for providing you the knowledge. It could be from any source, but Jupiter is the major planet for that. If it is not strong, then it is for sure that the knowledge here is not going to be proper. Means superficial understanding of the subject will be there, and there will be no practical application. So the thing which I said so far before, that Jupiter motivates the person to practically apply his or her knowledge and wisdom. But here, if Mars is badly placed and Jupiter is not getting the strength, there will be no practical application in real life at all. It can also give hypocrisy and false ego in the person. So these are some negative results of Jupiter in Aries also. You must see that how Jupiter is placed, whether it is getting the proper strength or not. Okay, so if it is well placed, obviously it is a very good position for Jupiter. If it is not well placed, you have to see how Jupiter is functioning. So I think that now you would have understood how Jupiter gives the results when it is in the sign of Aries. So if you are new to my channel, subscribe below. For more, check on my website and Facebook page. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.